Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for July 30th, 2026. All right, commercial research analysts and business development leads, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before we start, this is the last brief before this terrain window narrows. 2 seats left in the GPS Terrain Movement Review. Terrain update. 0 new opportunities. Who moved and who didn't, that signal is what opened this session, and it will not repeat the same way tomorrow. Code GPS26W4 at the-icon.ai capture. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 0 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. No opportunities on the board in the last 168 hours. That's quite the signal. If you're tracking this market, you know that the current holds more weight than raw volume. The absence of top postings, legislative movements, and executive actions can feel like a void, but it speaks volumes about stability, or perhaps stagnation. When the capture ticker shows 0 movement, it's less about what's not happening and more about the energy that's paused, waiting to shift. Business development leads reading this tape should consider the implications of a 0 opportunity flow. When the board is quiet, accessibility becomes key. It's not about chasing volume, but understanding the pathways when they eventually open. The system isn't just a collection of isolated events. Rather, it's the connective tissue between them. So, the lack of new opportunities might suggest a need to deepen existing relationships and leverage built networks for future moves. In the context of BCL, Business Capture Lifecycle, a percentage reading of 0 indicates no new entries or shifts within the lifecycle. This can imply a time to refocus on nurturing the phases of existing deals. The absence of competitive response drag, CR drag, highlights that competitors are also in a holding pattern. This is where strategic foresight becomes invaluable, recognizing the lull and preparing for the inevitable ebb in the flow, shifting focus to secondary signals. The data shows no terrain holes, hiring spread, court opinions, or lobbying clusters. This combination is a curious blend of stillness. For commercial research analysts, it suggests a market in equilibrium, but not necessarily one at peak efficiency. The lack of terrain holes implies a smooth landscape, yet it might mask underlying inefficiencies or unexplored avenues. The absence of hiring activity and lobbying clusters reinforces the theme of a static environment. For analysts, this could mean that the market is mispricing the value of innovation and adaptability. If you're a business development lead, it's worth considering whether your portfolio is agile enough to pivot when the market starts to shift again. Without court opinions to provide new interpretations or precedents, the regulatory environment appears stable. However, this stability could also signal complacency. Smart portfolio moves live in anticipatory strategies, investing in readiness for when legal interpretations and lobbying efforts begin to stir the pot. This static phase might be the calm before a strategic storm, offering a chance to fine-tune and position for when the market recalibrates. The commercial GPS market is characterized by rapid technological advancements and increasing demand for precise location-based services. Are we effectively identifying and leveraging emerging commercial adjacency opportunities? How are federal demand signals influencing our strategic positioning within the market? What contingencies do we have in place to address potential shifts in the system theory carry forward? Our commitment is to maintain a resilient and adaptable portfolio that aligns with both federal and commercial trajectories, ensuring sustained growth and innovation. Last thing before I sign off, and I want to be direct. 2 seats left in the GPS Terrain Movement Review. When this window closes, the terrain that justified it moves on. Tomorrow's signal will be different. The next session will read a different board. If the brief we just walked through gave you a reason to act, now is the time. Code GPS 264. communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. 0.0 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free, and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick reminder, you'll be disconnected in 5